love mommy? You love Grammy and Papa?
Hi, Matthew Loop here. Thanks for checking out this video. Hopefully you enjoyed the great footage of Amicalola Falls. That's a state park here in northern Georgia in the Blue Ridge area. If you get a chance, you'll definitely want to check it out. It's such a cool place. The first video footage that you saw was from the bottom of the falls. There's an amazing little path that you just hike up. It's probably about 1.5 miles at least. The second piece of footage that you observed was from the very top, and you could see the foothills of the Appalachian Mountains. It's so gorgeous. But the reason why I'm making this video today is really to update you as a doctor or professional on the state of social media marketing and why more than ever it's important to really become immersed, because the next couple months might just dictate the next 5 years that you have in business and in practice. There are really 3 camps of doctors and professionals right now. You have those that have tried social media marketing that will claim that it doesn't work, but the truth is it's not social media marketing, it's the strategy and what you've been using to try and build your practice. Your strategy is obviously flawed. The second group of doctors and professionals are those that have used social media marketing, and maybe they're getting mediocre results, but they're really not realizing what is possible with this particular medium. And then you have the third group of doctors and professionals that they're not even in the game yet. Now, what I want to share with you, and this is based on 7 years really being in social media marketing, social media in, I would say, its embryonic stage. I was very fortunate to get in early, almost by accident, just messing around with friends, hanging out, and then I found out it was just a phenomenal way to build the practice and the business. And throughout the last 7 years, I've branded and positioned myself in a couple different markets. The primary that you probably know is chiropractic. When doctors usually think of social media or content related to social media, they think of my products, programs, tutorials, trainings, and my name really. And the reason why is because I've busted my ass over the last 7 years to make it happen. And there's really coming a point now where you have people that are involved, and the industry leaders that have set themselves up, that have busted their ass creating content and creating value over the last several years, are just pulling away, and the gap is widening, kind of like, I guess you could equate in America and many other countries where you have the rich and the poor. The gap is always widening. Well, in social media, that has never been more true, and there is a sense of urgency because amateur hour is almost over for you as a chiropractor or doctor and professional or whatever business that you have, because you have people like myself and others that have been in the market delivering consistent value. And now what's happening is Google is favoring us. Google looks at us as more credible authors, so they index our content much, much better. And it's almost like we're able to work less, be more strategic, and get more done, bring in more leads, traffic, and ultimately new customers and clients. And I got to tell you, the last year in particular, our business has been absolutely phenomenal. It's been growing like crazy because of the positioning that's happened for all of these years. And I want the same for you watching this video right now. But the first thing you have to do is really get immersed, because as you are aware, social media is not going anywhere. It now is a very, very critical time because, as I mentioned, amateur hour is almost over. The window of opportunity is shrinking and shrinking and shrinking and shrinking, and a lot of people are just being left out. I would say many cases due to faulty advice by previous consultants or business practice management gurus that have told you to stay out of social media. And then you have another camp of, I guess I would call them Johnny-come-latelys, and I think that their intentions are good, but they don't have the experience necessary to help you build your practice to the levels that you want and really create new possibilities within your social media marketing. In terms of a local business, like a chiropractor, attorney, real estate professional, it's very, very possible to get an extra 20 to 30 clients or more every single month from the social media and the internet. If you have a global business, it's possible to build a 6, 7, and 8 figure business. I've seen it done. I've witnessed I mean, like personal transformation in this industry. And if you've watched some of my other videos, if you've checked out my blog, you understand and you know my story. I'm not going to go into that here, but I will just tell you that transformation is absolutely possible in your business, in your life. But you have to work your ass off. You have to put in what they call sweat equity. You know, no one gets rich quick on the internet, as you might already know. Overnight success stories take a long time in the making. You know, in chiropractic initially, when I built my name for social media marketing, there weren't any manuals or trainings in 2005 when I started. I learned a lot of stuff the hard way, and I'm glad that I did, because it taught me to be resourceful. And there's a great quote by Tony Robbins that, you know, he'll talk about, it's not that there's a lack of resources by people, it's the lack of resourcefulness that keeps individuals, you know, held back. And it's so true. So I'd like to encourage you to be more resourceful and to really start to get immersed. Social media marketing and the medium itself is not going anywhere. It's permanently woven its way into the fabric of communication, so you have to be involved or else you will get left out, and the next 5 years it might just be the worst in business that you've seen, just because consumer habits have changed so much. And I'm not just talking about getting ranked high on Google. You know, that's one piece of the puzzle. Facebook is another piece of the puzzle. It's not the whole thing. And a lot of times these other gurus will try to tell you that it's one magic bullet that will do the trick. Well, you know, coming from experience, being not just immersed in social media marketing, but through the internet for all these years, you have to take a multidisciplinary strategic approach, multi-layered, to get into every single nook and cranny of the web, to massively build social proof, to build your name, your fame. You almost have to be famous in your local market. And my products, programs, and trainings have really helped doctors and professionals become famous locally, because the benefit of being a public figure or that fame is that people automatically give you trust and credibility. And it's very, very easy to prove this point, especially if you look at some of the major celebrities that you see in, today in the tabloids or in the magazines. What are they really famous for? But you know, they all have their products and services that seem to sell like crazy. If you're in the public eye and you know how to brand yourself effectively using this particular medium, you can just do wonders. And if you understand positioning and how to become famous in your local market, you will reap the majority of new clients, customers, traffic, and you will be the leader. And that's what I want for you. I want you to be the leader, and I want you to start now interacting and implementing sound social marketing strategies, because the gap is widening. And if you're not the leader in the next few months, I would say probably 8 to 12 months, or even less, we're already seeing the shift on Google, as I mentioned before, with AuthorRank. If you've paid attention to my blog, you've heard me talk a lot about AuthorRank, because Google is favoring authors that have a long history of creating valuable content, like myself and like many other industry leaders. So you will not be able to compete with the industry leaders if you kind of put this off, and if you're not focused on really devoting the time, energy, effort that it takes to be successful, to really grow your business. This message is for, I would say, serious doctors and professionals, people that are committed to growing their business for the long term. And, I am very grateful for the position that I'm in right now. And if you have any questions at any time, I'm more than free to answer them. And one of the things that I'm very proud of is that no matter how big my companies grow, I still personally take time to answer questions, to get on the phone, emails, etc., because it's really important to know my customers and clients. And it's just, I guess I've, I want that home feel. You know what I mean? You're part of my family, especially if you've been on my blog or in my subscriber list or just a customer of mine. You're part of the family, so I want you to feel that way. dcincome.com/blog is basically my home online. And so if you're not already subscribed to that, there's just a tremendous amount of free trainings that will benefit you, get you on the fast track. And I also have products, programs, and coaching services that have been proven that are very effective at getting you from where you want to be without all the trial, the error, the costly mistakes. I've already made the mistakes, and the great thing is about having a mentor is if you ever encounter an obstacle, chances are I've already been there, so I can guide you through very, very quickly, as opposed to you staying, stuck on something for a couple days to a couple weeks to a couple months. I mean, it's just ridiculous. So what I offer to you is speed of implementation and to basically guarantee your results about 10 times faster than what it would take you on your own. So my door is always open to you, but I felt the really need to talk about the urgency of social marketing. But just from what I'm seeing now online, there's a big gap that's widening, and you as the average small business owner are going to be hurting if you're not implementing and if you don't understand how to leverage social media the right way to grow your business, to become famous, to ultimately reach more people. So hopefully you found a lot of value out of this video and you felt my conviction today. Check out my blog for a lot of cool free training resources that will help you fast track. The URL again is dcincome.com/blog. And if we're not already connected on Facebook, you can connect with me at facebook.com/Matthew J. Loop. And just click the like button there so we can stay connected. Again, I'm here to help you any way that I can, but there is a sense of urgency. You got to get with the program, and hopefully you make the commitment to yourself to be an industry leader and do what it takes. This is Matthew Loop. Hopefully you enjoyed this and the scenery in the beginning, so I will talk to you soon. Thanks.